Hi there. Thank you, everybody, for wishing me well. I'm well on the way to recovery. I just got to be a bit careful when I move around. They gave me some codeine, but I've only taken one pill. It makes me feel ill, so I just had a paracetamol this morning. Yeah, brilliant experience. Fordcombe Hospital, which used to be a private hospital, and it was up for sale, and the NHS appears to have bought it or leased it or done something. And around the door, there's a big notice that says CT scans, MRI scans, whatever else, 7 days a week. So they're really getting their act together, which is good. Yeah, it was a very positive experience. I mean, if surgery can be, but I know all the names. I had a very helpful nurse called Jake, and he does calligraphy and showed me his calligraphy, and he's into running, so we talked about running, and only a young lad, 20 something, might be. I doubt if he's early 30s, but he might be. And history is very interesting history. Then I had a anaesthetist, was Mr. Somerville. I don't think that was his full name. I think he had a double-barreled name, but I'll look it up anyway. And he was very helpful. But particularly after the operation, because when he came round, I'd had a few weeks ago, I think to myself, right, why don't you dream when you're under an anaesthetic? And because they say, oh, we'll just put you to sleep now and you'll be all right and all the rest of it. But of course, it's not sleep because you don't dream. And so I thought, well, when he comes round, I've got a question for him. So I said to him, why don't you dream? And he said, because there's no REM. And of course, that's the answer I'd come up with a couple of weeks beforehand. Although, because it's not really sleep, it's a different state. But I didn't have he said the brain's totally cut off. And I didn't have time to formulate a question for him because I was a bit groggy from the operation to go into explain exactly what he means in a little bit more detail. But at least he confirmed that there's no REM. So it's not sleep. So even in that, when I went there yesterday, they said, oh, we'll just put you to sleep now. You'll be all right, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so he was wonderful, as was Mr. Moosby, the actual surgeon. Well, one thing Mr. Moosby and Mr. Somerville have in common, they're both very nice gentlemen, very unassuming, I would say, is that they scurried out of the room. They weren't both there together, but they scurried out of the room. As soon as I attempted to thank them, I did say, thank you very much, you're wonderful guys. I think what you're doing is amazing. But while I was saying all this, they were scooting out the door. Maybe they've heard it so many times. But, that's what I think. I value these people and all the people who support them, the nurses, all the people doing scans and, working in labs, looking at blood samples and stuff like that. I won't go into the joke I used to tell the kids about hospital labs. But anyway, I just think they're amazing people. And then I sit and watch TV. I don't watch TV, actually, so that's not true. But when I hear of what Premier footballers are paid, and hard life it is because, whatever. And then I think of surgeons and other people doing such procedures in hospitals. I know for my money who's worth the most. I'm sure most of you would agree with me. But anyway, that's the way the world is. Yeah, so it was a bit of a brilliant experience. As I say, I just taken one paracetamol for one. I notice I get up every now and again. I forget I've had surgery. So I'm not allowed to do anything for about 6 weeks of any significance. Sweep leaves. I think that's going to be my heaviest duty. Although when I look down the garden from here, because I'm upstairs right now in the bedroom, I can see lots of jobs to do. So I can feel the secateurs in my hands already. There's lots of deadheading to do, but I'll be sensible. I won't be doing any digging or anything like that. I've got a young lad, Mason, and he comes and I pay him cash, and he phones me up sometimes and says, have you got a job? And I don't have a job actually, but I let him say, I've been there 24, no money. So you got to look after these kids. And so he painted the fence. I didn't paint the fence. I might get him to do it again next spring, who knows. But he's going to be doing some digging between now and Christmas, which he's happy to. I mean, the muscles on him, he'll be all right. But I'll give him a bit of advice not to overdo it like I did when I was his age. Half barrel of bricks, not a full barrel. You know, you just think you're indestructible when you're young, but it's all coming home to roost now, I think. Speaking of which, I've moved the roost box so the sun doesn't switch on the camera on and off. And I've had a visitor, but I'm going to reposition it. As soon as this 6 weeks is up, I'm going to reposition the roost box. Actually, I might get Mason to do that as well, or at least put the post in. Yeah, so I'm fine, folks, and I hope you all are too, and everything's going well with your lives. People keep talking to me about the rain, but they need a bit of water for the reservoirs, and keep myself busy, even though the days are getting shorter. I mean, just get up earlier, I guess. Yeah, I think we're very lucky. I am a very lucky guy. Thanks very much. Thank you for your friendship. It's wonderful. Bye.